I will seek the lost, and I will bring back the strayed, and I will bind up the injured, and I will strengthen the weak, and the fat and the strong I will destroy. I will feed them in justice. Ezekiel 34, verse 16.
Hey fam bam, it's me, just Londa. Have you subscribed? Have you joined the fam? Join the madness, join the fun. It's me, just Londa. Can we talk that talk?
Waiting on you.
All right, and away we go.
I really want to be back on television.
You're gonna be back on TV. That's easy.
My mom has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay always.
Wendy, make sure you look here. 1, 2, 3.
But in reality, there's something wrong going on.
Did you see a neurologist to find out if I'm crazy?
I have no money. I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
Okay, so I need to adjust myself because I want to talk to you about the whole situation with Wendy Williams. When I was looking at the documentary, knowing the things that I know, going through what I went through, Wendy Williams is very, very ill.
You know, one of the things I think her fans are concerned about is her health. Are you concerned at all about her mental health?
In regards to Wendy's health, I'm not gonna say that I'm concerned as if I'm worried about her.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
But there's some times where Wendy's just a little bit more aggressive. She's just a little bit more demanding. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know if there was something special in her water. At the end of the day, she's probably one of the biggest personalities that we've seen in quite some time.
I almost didn't want to watch it, or not watch it, continue on watching it, because I saw my family's situation in her. And when I mean I saw my family situation in her, y'all remember, I had a family situation going on, and it went on for months. Unfortunately, hers is going on for years. I almost broke down and cried because I can tell she was so ill. And the fact that her family, at that time, her family weren't being around her as much. And she had these guardianships over her, paid guardianships. I shouldn't do that, but paid guardianships over her, who probably really didn't care about her as much as her family members would. Now, don't quote me quite the way, but the Bible says something about taking care of someone who is ill, and it's like it brings joy to God or something like that. Like that part, I don't quite remember, but I will put it up because you know, if you know me, you know what I'm saying. She's so very ill, and looking at her, how skinny she was or is, and she's so excited about a thigh gap. That's the least bit of your worries, Pumpkin. People were saying it's her karma. I beg to differ. Because the same people who post things on the internet, who has the gossip blogs, things like that, who listen in on the gossip blogs, read the gossip blogs, chat back and forth with your friends. Is it not the same thing, but just on a bigger scale? When she was being so mean to the people around her.
So I bought this stability stick for you, right? Because I want you to be able to start doing stuff like stepping up on things. This is pretty tall, but...
No, thank
right?
you. Thank you.
You're not going to do this.
No, thank you.
But I want you over time to be able to...
No, thank you.
Well, you don't want to climb the stair?
I can only feel 6% of each foot.
What movements are you willing to do?
Things that I don't fall down.
You're not going to fall... This is going to help you with stability.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Let's try something else.
I want you to feel good. Let's get you in the car. Oh, I'm sorry.
Stop.
All right. I'm just being hospitable.
Move away.
Gentlemen.
I'm taking pictures on my own.
Is it a photo session?
Come.
Let's do it.
It brought me back. It brought me back to my family situation. And that person later on apologized. And her publicist did make a statement saying that she did apologize. Like they didn't know that Lifetime was going to film a lot of the bad stuff and not publicize the good as well. Well, Lifetime has to make their money, Pumpkin. How else are they going to pay the bills? They want to do that. I'm glad that her family now has guardianship. You know, if it wasn't for, I'm going to put that blogger right there. If it wasn't for her, I would have thought that this was a HIPAA violation. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as her and Kevin split apart, she wants to move her money, and all of a sudden she can't. Now, apparently this does happen, but where'd you get that information from? How'd you know she was sick? Where'd you get that information from? How did you know? How did you know? Now, I get it, everything is publicized, but people fall, people be erotic all the time. How did y'all know? How did y'all know? How did y'all know to come in and swoop and save Wendy? How did y'all know? That's what I want to know. How did y'all know? How did y'all know that she needed help? As many as Wall Street ski slope people, as many homeless people, but I guess because they're not millionaires, how did y'all know? How did y'all know? Because I feel like that could have been some type of a HIPAA violation. Somehow or way. Like that was a plot and a plan to do what they did. Now, thankfully, the family is now guardian over her. They can pull her from New York and be around family, because in my family situation, we had someone with that person 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. It was always a family member. Either myself, my husband. It was always a family member around them. And she's going to need that. She's going to need family members around her. I'm hoping that they can prolong it. I'm not sure if it's irreversible. But there should be some type of justice, and someone has to pay for that, because they made her sicker. They didn't help her. She's walking around in the same stuff all the time. That's not Wendy. That's not Wendy. Everyone's talking about her eyes. Well, with the lymphedema and the thyroid. I had a friend who thyroid was out of control, and her eyes were like that. Like, her eyes were like that. Like, all the time. Majority of the time. I don't recall her eyes not being as bright. And it has a lot to do with the nerves and things like that. Like squeezing the nerves and pinching them. I pray that everything works out for her, because it is really sad to see this. I guess we can call her a legend in the rightfully so. Like, she started from the bottom. And now this happened to her. And the fact that it was publicized means that it can happen to you. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. It can happen to anyone. Anyone. And that's what they want. They want control of us in some shape or form. It was really heartbreaking to see Wendy like that, because it, like I said, it kept bringing me back. It kept bringing me back. So I'm just going to end on that note. I'm glad that her family, has guardianship of her. I'm hoping that they'll go ahead and move her closer to her family. And I'm hoping her family will do right by her. I know her son will, because her son loves her. He's her one and only. He's her one and only. Kevin, stay out of that woman's business. Don't speak on it. You've done enough. You've done enough. You're no longer a husband. You have your new family, and granted, y'all have a child together. But don't speak on it. It's really cheeky of you, if you catch my drift. So tell me what you think. Do you think it was some type of conspiracy theory? Like, it just seemed like it was a HIPAA violation. Because how did you know? How did you know she needed all this done? actually know. So comment down below, talk to me. I love to. It gives me a moment. Give me a moment to get back to you, but I'm going to get back to you. Oh my God, it's like 1 something. Give me a moment. I'm going to get back to you. I promise. But yeah, thanks for watching, rating, subscribing, all that good jazz. It makes me feel so warm and fuzzy.